In just 21 days, the United States will be changed forever. I have all the details and what is happening in that 21 days right here in the video. Let's get into it and discuss what's going on. First off, can I ask a huge favor of you? Please make sure to like the video with the big thumbs up button down below. Also, if you haven't done so yet, or if you happen to be new here, please make sure to subscribe to the channel as well. Again, with the big subscribe button down below. Thank you so much. Really appreciate your support. And let's get into it and talk about 21 days, what is going on, as we've got some major things happening here, and how this is going to likely change the trajectory of this country and where we're all going from here. Now, I want to start this video out by saying this much. I'm not here to tell anybody how to think. I'm not here to influence. I'm not here to persuade. I'm just here to give you information as far as what's going on out there and some of the things that are out in the headlines as far as what we can expect going forward. Okay, so I want to make that very clear. I definitely don't want to tell anybody what to believe or what to think. Not my style. We're all adults here. We can all figure that out ourselves, right? But anyway, over the next couple weeks here, we've got a lot of different things going on. First off, just inherently, it's a very busy time of year. A lot of things that are happening right now. The fourth quarter of the year is a very busy time, as you've been seeing recently with some of my videos, right? Coming out with all those different changes and different announcements that have been hitting the wire. But within about a 1 week period of time, we're going to be getting some massive announcements. Number one, right away for November, we're going to be getting the October jobs report, okay? This is going to be a very big one because lately, I mean, with the exception of this last report we got out a few weeks ago, but lately, most of these reports have been coming in showing that the job market is actually weakening. But this last report that we got out just a couple weeks ago, again, actually came in weirdly strong. Again, kind of weird how that came in, but this next one is going to be very important and lead into those other announcements coming out a few days after that, okay? Then, a few days after that, what do we have coming up? Yeah, the presidential election. I know, right? It's like, whoa, that's coming up very fast here. And yeah, that's going to be a very interesting one. Now, I want to make this very clear. I have no idea what's going to happen, and I'm not sitting here saying like, oh, do this or that or this person or the other person. I don't know. Here's the thing. You got to make whatever decision is best for you. I'm not going to tell you what to think here, okay? But anyway, that is coming up, okay? That is going to be kind of interesting. Let's just say that much, okay? And I say that because I don't care which side you're on. It does not matter whatsoever. All I'm saying is that I think it's going to be dramatic, okay? Just if you look at everything going on out there and what is currently, the landscape, how it's currently looking, yeah, there's already some drama starting to kind of crop up around the areas here, okay? So regardless how we look at it, if we look at preliminary polling right now, it looks like they're kind of like neck and neck right now. I mean, seriously, it is like, let's put it this way. If we were talking about like, I don't know, some kind of horse race or something like that, this would literally be like, okay, look at the replay here. You gotta look. Who won this thing by a nose? I mean, this literally what it's going to come down to based on the preliminary polling right now. It looks like they are both very much like tied right now. So it's very interesting. This is going to be, I think, a very close one, and we'll have to see. I mean, unless things change in the next 21 days, I don't know. But it the spread is certainly closing up here. And as far as what I've been seeing, there's not much of a spread at all. I mean, it's very interesting. This might be right down to the wire here. Remember a few years ago when it was delayed for like, I don't know how long it was. I don't remember exactly, but they went back and forth. They hand counted over and over and again. And it's like we didn't have a decision for like, it felt like maybe a couple weeks. I don't remember exactly how long it drug out, but it was a long time, right? So anyway, who knows? Maybe that'll be the situation here, or maybe we'll know, kind of the day of. I don't know. Either way, it's going to be very exciting. And again, I'll kind of keep you posted. But then, just a couple days after that, we're also going to be getting, again, the all-important Federal Reserve meeting. So they're going to be coming out with their next meeting. It's actually been pushed back a day, but this will be the first week of November. And then they will come out with their kind of FOMC meeting. They come together every 6 weeks. Their last meeting, by the way, was September 17th and September 18th. That was the first time that, the first time that they cut interest rates in about 4 years. So they came out and cut interest rates by 50 basis points on September 18th. The Federal Reserve did, right? So lowering interest rates. Now, this is their next meeting since that last one where they cut interest rates for the very first time in 4 years. So this is going to be a very interesting meeting here as well to see what are they going to do. Well, here's the thing as well. I can already tell you this much. The inflation data that we got out, what was it, last week? Yeah, it was last week we got inflation data here, and that was for the month of September. When we got that data out, it actually came in a little bit hotter than they were expecting. So inflation didn't exactly show that it was easing last month, right? It kind of held steady, and it actually pointed up a little bit. Not a ton, but a little bit. Now, as I've said before in other videos as well, October has been somewhat of an inflationary month because of the different things that have been going on economically and just around the country here. There have been some economic factors that have cropped up. So we may see inflation ticking higher again with the next report that comes out in about a month from now, October's inflation data. But my point is, the Federal Reserve will also be taking into consideration the job report that they get out a couple days before their meeting. Actually, it's almost a week before their meeting, they'll be getting the job report. That's going to be certainly an influential factor that they're going to take into consideration and into play when they come out with their next meeting here and what they're going to do with interest rates. But the consensus right now, that's just right now. Again, things could change massively in the next couple weeks here. But the consensus right now is that they're going to cut interest rates by 25 basis points. So that's just kind of where we're at now. That's kind of where the betting market is at. So we'll see if the betting markets are right? But anyway, that's where the projections are at now. So we'll see what happens. A 25 basis point rate cut is the smallest that they do. Generally, it's between like 25 and 50. 75, if they came over with a 75, that'd be basically saying, hey, the economy is really bad and we made a really bad decision here. And they basically said, hey, we waited too long and we waited, didn't take action fast enough here. And now we need to cut aggressively to get ahead of the potential recession that's looming. So they're definitely not doing 75. If they do, that's a major, major warning shot. It'd not be a good thing. So anyway, consensus is 25 basis point rate cut there the first week of November. But maybe not. We will have to see what happens based on that job report. If it's a huge, huge job report like we saw a couple weeks ago in early October, if it's another big job report like that, I don't know. Maybe they just pause again and maybe they say, you know what, we're going to take a little breather for a second. We're not going to cut again and we'll just see. We'll see what happens. Now, I want to throw this out there really quickly. And again, I'm just giving you information, okay? But when they came out and they cut the 50 basis points in the middle of September, there were people all over, headlines everywhere, people coming out everywhere saying that was a 100% political move on their part to do that. Some people were saying it was premature, you shouldn't have done it. Some people said it's 100% a political move, and we'll have to see. But here's the interesting point that I'm trying to make here, which is their next meeting will be 2 days after the election. So it won't really be a political move at that point, simply because it's too late. Votes have been cast, ballots have been counted, right? So at that point, it can't really be a political thing anymore because it's already done and over with at that point, right? So anyway, it'll be interesting to see how this comes in without outside influences like looming election coming up, things like that. So this will be very interesting. And again, all of this is happening. Literally, these three major announcements here that I pointed out, the jobs report, the presidential election, and then, of course, the Federal Reserve report, or announcement, I should say. All of these will be happening within about a 7-day amount of time. So in my opinion, three major economic factors that we need to look at. And it's going to give us the kind of the trajectory of this country going forward. Because remember, last point here that I want to say, the Federal Reserve, they've increased interest rates so aggressively starting in March of 2022 until, honestly, I don't even know the last time when they stopped raising rates. I'm not even sure when it was, but they raised rates for a little over probably a year very aggressively. By them keeping the interest rates as high as they are right now, even after the 50 basis point rate cut, it's just contracting the economy, okay? So my point is, whatever they do is basically kind of leaning toward a recession or not, right? They basically have a recession in the palm of their hand. They can play the card, or they can say, no, we're not going to play the recession card today. They can thread the needle a little bit if they want to. It can be hard to do. The longer that they wait, it's going to be harder to do, but they absolutely can thread the needle here. But if they continue to wait, the likelihood of them playing that recession card is going to get higher and higher if they continue to wait with these interest rates as high as they are. So I'm just saying it, okay? They have basically the future of this country and the future of the economy kind of in the palm of their hand a little bit right now, because they can ultimately push us into a recession. If they need to, they absolutely could do that. And that may be an option that I've read about many times, is that they may be forced, in order to bring this inflation down to where they actually need it to be, to a sustainable level, they may need to be forced to push us into a recession just to get it over with. That's exactly what I've been talking about for a long time now. I've been saying a recession would not be a bad thing. It would reset everything, and it would honestly be a pretty good thing for the economy. Short term, yep, it's going to be bad. Yep, it's going to be painful. Yep, it's not going to be fun for a little while. But when you come out the other side of it, now we're coming out in like spring, right? We work our way through winter, not fun, and then we come out in the metaphorical economic spring. Everything's green, butterflies are everywhere, and it's warm and sunny. I don't know. You get my point, right? So anyway, I'll leave you with that little mental image for now. So anyway, I hope this helps you. Again, I want to keep you posted on what's going on out there. I know it's such a weird time right now. Anyway, please subscribe down below if you haven't done so yet. Really appreciate your support. Hit the like button down below, thumbs up button. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that as well. Otherwise, check out the other videos here on the channel, 5,000 plus videos in the video library, the ones I've hand selected for you, the popular videos down below in the description or the top of the comment section, and right now showing up on your screen as well. You'll see some videos there. Take your selection now. Thank you so much. Just have a nice day. That's all that really matters. Again, thank you so much for being here, and hopefully I'll catch you again later.